My name is Omid, family name Khalaj. I was born in 1981 in Tehran, Iran. Came to Czech Republic, Pilsen in 2013. The main reason was to accept an offer from the University of West Bohemia for a project which was between two branches, civil engineering and mechanical engineering. So they were looking for someone who has some experience in both. That was the reason they asked me, and I accepted the offer. So I came here in 2013. Since that time, everything sounds good. I mean, from cultural viewpoint, but the main problem I had was the language, because the Czech language is almost one of the most complicated language in the whole world, and now after almost 8 years still I have some troubles with the language. So I can tell you the main problem at that time was the language. Within the university everything was okay because most of the people spoke English, but in the society really complicated. The good thing was the government has some integration course or integration language course, so they offered the foreigners free of charge some Czech language courses. I used them 2 times a week. It was okay, but it was only for the basic level, so you can use daily work later. Consider now, in 2013, I can tell you the Pilsen or the whole Czech Republic is totally changed from foreigners' viewpoint. I can tell you some examples. For example, at the university at that time when we went to canteen for the lunch, the name of each food was only in Czech language, and it was really difficult for us to understand what is inside the food. But nowadays you can see that they put 2 languages there. That was an example. And now when you go to some shops for hospitals, to, I don't know, other social activities, you will find at least some young people who knows English. But at that time it was really difficult. I was at some shops to buy something for repairing my house, and nobody knows English, so it was really difficult. Try to translate it by phone, and it was really difficult. Now I can tell you, for foreigners it's much more easier to live, especially in Pilsen, as a city with 2 main universities. It's really a difficult question, but I can tell you, because my wife's family are here, my children born here, and one of them is go to kindergarten and later to a school. I spent more than 8 years here, so I can tell you that would be the main reason I feel comfortable now here, because most of my family members are close to me, or at least in Europe. There is no place that I can feel that I'm at home. It's really difficult because it's another society. I cannot compare it to my own country. The culture is not totally different, but somehow different. Foods are different. How the people behave are different, hobbies are different, places are different. So I can tell you that I can't feel somewhere that it's completely like my home and I'm comfortable with. But I'm enjoying to stay here. It's nothing against that. But as a complicated question, I cannot say any place that I can feel like a home. If I compare it to the time I moved here, at that time I was really upset why I accept this offer, because at that time I received less salary compared to my salary in Iran. I was working in a famous company, and also I had my own business, so I had really a good salary there. But when I moved here, I saw that the salary range is something fixed, it cannot increase, and I have to spend my time here for 2 years because I had commitment to the agreement I signed. After that, the situation in Iran changed, and the financial things related to political things decreased the economy, and the situation here becomes more better and better. So I can tell you now, I'm really satisfied that I accept that offer, and I spend my time here, and I settled here in the Czech Republic. So in 2013, when I accept the offer from the university, the economy and the political situation in Iran was really good. And I had a good business there, and I work in a famous company, so I have really good salary. But in Czech Republic, I receive less amount of salary, but there is no way to increase. But after time passed, the situation slowly or step by step change, and the economy and the other situation in Iran starts to decrease. And when I compare it to what I have now in Czech Republic, I'm really satisfied and I'm really happy that I accept that offer and I stay here for these 8 years. The future, I'm not sure if I will stay here for whole of my life, because I found that there is somehow limitation or somehow stopping level for foreigners. Maybe it's not a good answer to your question, but from my experience, the foreigners in Czech Republic can grow and go up to a specific level. From that level, there is no chance to go up. I'm not sure if it is from racism or other things, but I can see at university, I have a friend, a Czech friend, who has less knowledge, less experience, but he is 2 steps over me, and that's the only reason I'm a foreigner here. Maybe it's not a good sample for the whole society, but I can feel from my other foreigners or from other foreigners here who works in companies. So this is the main reason. Maybe I will leave the country in the future, but I cannot tell you 100%. My daughter feels 95% as a Czech, because she has lots of or almost all friends in Czech. She speaks always in Czech because she's in school, in kindergarten. Her friends or our neighbors are all Czech, and she speaks only Persian, Iranian language, only at home when she is spent by us. And she has been in Iran only for 3 months since she born. We have 3 trips, each one 1 month. So from her point of view, she feels that here is her home and she's really comfortable here. Now we are discussing for the future if we will live here, and she's really angry from us why we are deciding to leave the country. I can say that within the recent years, by this political situation within the Middle East, the number of migrants coming to European countries is significantly increased. But in Czech, we saw less number of migrants or foreigners who came here because it's something by the government. From Iranian, I can tell you now, most of the well-educated people would like to go out of the country, especially in well-known European countries, not Czech Republic. I'm not agree with them because they should be here to understand what Czech can offer and how they can live here easily compared like to Germany or the other countries. But the number of migrants significantly increased. So when I dream during the night, most of the time I have the Persian language. But it's very interesting that my daughter will speak during the night only in Czech language, not in Persian language. It's really interesting for me. I say that over 98% I'm satisfied from the response of the Czech people. Most of them are really kind, and especially when you try to speak with them in Czech language, they are very happy and they are welcome you, and they will be very friendly. But I have some small troubles with Czech people, but I think it's normal. In all over the world you will have some good people, friendly people, and some negative people. But over 98% are really good. If I compare the people who arrived here now to the time when I arrived here now, it's really improved, and they are really more comfortable from the first contact to the people now. I think the Czech people is now well experienced or have some experience with foreigners, which helps the integration of the new foreigners here. So now when I meet new Czech people or new friends here, for me it's really easier to integrate with them because I know somehow Czech language, they know more English language, so we can communicate easier, and that's the main point when you can feel more comfortable with someone new to you. I can tell you that the main point is the communication, and the communication needs a language which is by both parties well known. So when both knows English or both know Czech, it would be easier to start the integration and then to make everything easy. So if they have the same language, it's easy. And now I know that lots of Czech people has basic English language, but sometimes they shy to speak. But with the foreigners, I saw from my new incoming friends that it's easy. They will start to speak in English and really easy to integrate, really easy compared to 2013 or the time I went there. At the moment, I'm as a senior researcher in Faculty of Electrical Engineering, University of West Bohemia. I recommend, or I can recommend Iranian people now, the well-educated one, try to migrate here because I have the experience here. Here there is better infrastructure or better requirements to have future education or work experiences. We have lots of things at the university which is now useless because nobody wants to work with that. So considering all the things, I can say that migration now for Iranian is a good option. So the main thing I missed from Iran is the food, because unfortunately the food in Czech is not so bad, but it's really limited to a number of food, or when you compare it, it's belong to a group of one or two foods. They are delicious, but we have really plenty of different type of foods. And unfortunately in Czech Republic there is now only one Iranian restaurant in Prague, which opened last year or 2 years ago. So it's really difficult. So when everything was normal in Iran regarding to finances or the other things, there was less interest in the people to immigrate to other countries. Just some well-educated people for postdoctoral or some short research courses were immigrated. But nowadays, when we have some financial troubles in Iran, the life for the people are really difficult, so they hope for a better life and try to immigrate to other countries.